good that I don't see you, because actually it's a bit more people than we expected at the beginning. But welcome to the Digilock Xperience. We're here with around 150 people, and we have 100 international guests. I'll tell you a little bit later where they come from, what we're doing here. And I think the guest that came the furthest way to travel to visit us is from Texas, actually, the owner from Holman Lockers. You'll meet him also later on. So welcome, thank you all for coming, and for the Dutch guests, we do it in English, unfortunately, but I think you all can understand it. I tried to learn everything by head, but the stage is so big that I was a bit nervous, so I use these cards, but I do it as natural as possible for you. Yeah, welcome to the Digilock Xperience. This is where it all started. The door that you saw opening was the first office of Digilock back in 1981. A small startup called Security People, started by Digilock, or by Asil, the owner of the company, that you will meet also later on. It's from the office in San Francisco at 703 Market Square, right in the center of what is nowadays called Silicon Valley. Yeah, since then we expanded, and we're now where we are now. Global presence, we're everywhere, and everywhere in the world we are present, from Australia to Finland, from the US to Russia. Not the best example, but we still sell there a little bit. And we have a factory in China, our own factory. Now, today, we'll take you through the history of Digilock, but why are we doing this? In fact, it's because we are established in 1981, so last year was our 40th anniversary, but due to COVID, we couldn't celebrate it, so we took the occasion to do it now. And like some people asked, why are you organizing this event? A while ago, we took the decision to stop attending trade shows because I believe it's quite inactive. You wait and you see who is visiting your booth, and now we have all you here, and we can spend time with you, we can explain our products, we can bring the message, and we think it's more valuable. Now, today you will have the unique chance to contribute to our identity. And you can win some prizes. I think behind me you will see in a few minutes, you will see the hashtag. If you post something about this event on internet and you use the hashtag Digilock, then at the end of the event, that's tomorrow afternoon, we will draw some prizes. And first one is an Apple iPhone, headphone. Second one will be the latest iWatch. And the third one will be a Sonos speaker. So if you post anything on LinkedIn with the hashtag Digilock, you'll be able to win the prize tomorrow. And the three prizes actually are the first one for the post with the most likes, the second one for the most creative post, and the third one for the funniest post. So I think there are some people around here that will win the funniest one. I'm not mentioning your name, your workspace. So go ahead, grab your phone and post something on LinkedIn with hashtag Digilock. The Digilock identity developed since our first products came to market. Some of you might remember the second or even the first edition of our products, the generation we call them. Maybe you became a customer or partner when we were already working on the third or the fourth generation. And now we're about to announce the next generation, the sixth generation. You might already have seen it. Anyways, let's have a closer look at our 6G products. Before we dive deeper into the next generation of Digilock products, let's first take some time to celebrate these 40 years of success. To do so, we contacted some people who contributed to the success of Digilock. Let me introduce to you one of the employees who knows everything about Digilock, Floris Hancock. She has a nice message for you.
In the words of Steve Jobs, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Asil, you started Digilock 14 years ago with your heart and your soul, and this passion is contagious, and all of us that work with you share it. Great work has been done by people under your leadership, and I've been lucky to be one of them. You continue to be my mentor and my friend, and it's great to be a part of this Digilock family. It seems like only yesterday that I started with Digilock back in 1994, and now the time has come for me to congratulate you on Digilock's 40th anniversary. I celebrate with you the glories of the past years, but I look forward to the excitement of Digilock's future achievements. Cheers to a fabulous 2022.
Thank you, Florizel. And actually, she's here with us as well. So I would like to ask you, Florizel, to come to stage and to talk a little bit about our latest products. Please give Florizel a nice applause. I think we'll have a microphone somewhere.
I'm actually glad I don't
Oh, you don't need a microphone, of course. I have some questions for you.
Yes.
Can you tell me, what do you believe is the key to success of Digilock? Because you were one of the first employees of Digilock.
One word, passion. We have a passion to be not only a leader, but an innovator. We want to make sure that we meet our customers' need and we support them for it. That is the key to our success.
Nice. And can you share us a little bit how the startup of Digilock was? What was the first time you joined Digilock and what was the company like at that time?
Wow, we had a very large office on 703 Market, especially when it holds about 4 people, I believe, in it. It was quite a big space. And I remember walking in for an interview with Asil, and the first thing I noticed was furniture. Beautiful Art Deco furniture. I believe I sat in every single chair just to try out which one was going to be perfect for that interview. I don't think he wanted to hire me, actually. I think the story falls true that he thought I was a brat. I was a little bit spoiled. But I think Claudia had something to do with it.
That doesn't surprise me.
But we were a software company at that time, managing keys and managing the process of manufacturing keys. All that key system is really how we started, and that's why our products are so knee-deep in security. That is our passion. That is our main goal. That's our key.
Okay.
No pun intended.
Thank you very much. Can you share us a little bit what the new generation of product is?
Absolutely. Should we get started?
You can start.
Right. I think I need my clicker. Thank you. Hi. I'm a little nervous. Just like here, I've got cards. So, as you know, I'm Florizel. I'm Digilock's VP of Strategic Alliance. As you saw there, in 1994, I was one of the first 10 employees. I'm a boomeranger. Boomerang. I started in 1994, I left, and turned back around. Why? Because I share this company's passion to lead this industry through innovative products. $35,000, that's how many customers we have in our CRM. And through those 35,000 customers, we have an estimated 5 million locks in circulation today. And if you think about it, if only 4 people use these locks daily, that's 20 million people that uses Digilock every single day. 20 people that rely on us to secure their personal belongings on your lockers and on your furniture. Whether they're working at a call center, a pro sports professional, or simply going to the gym. This is quite humbling. These locks are the ones that we've designed, manufactured, and sold through our partnership with you. So, to our very best partners, once again, thank you. You're not getting rid of me that quickly. In 2019, at the last Digilock Xperience, we gave you a glimpse of our plans to launch a new management system that will enable our lock to be, well, smarter. Not only were they going to be smarter, they were going to be wireless. Completely unleashed, these locks were going to communicate wirelessly for cloud management and visibility from anywhere at any time through our Digilock app. Smart, secure, simple. In 2020, unexpectedly, the world went on lockdown. A lot of us worked from home, shopped online, and safely distanced. At that same time, Digilock hunkered down, worked hard, and officially launched our 6th generation, Aspire, Versa, and Orbit. Digilock kept working, our factories stayed open, you placed the orders, and we kept shipping. By our year-end 2021, over 500,000 network-capable smart locks are in circulation today. So, what's next?
As you know, product design is something that needs to be functional and usable, but also has to evoke emotions. Existing products at the time, and even Digilock's product, looked very much like keypads from an old public telephone, but we wanted to portray a different image. We wanted to portray an image that the product was more modern, could fit into different environments. It was even sort of a showcase. Instead of trying to hide the keypad, we really wanted that lock to be sort of front and center. So the curve design really came from furniture designs, things that were very stable, possibly more European, simple, didn't have a lot of artifice to them, but still looked secure. So we had to come up with a design that encapsulated the current technology, but also was flexible enough to incorporate future technologies. Very few products look the same as they did 18 years ago. So it's really exciting to see that this new generation of the Digilock locks really still harkens back to the curve design, but incorporates a lot of new features and designs. It relied upon materials that were functional, but still very beautiful, and can transcend trends even over 18 years and still be applicable to today's design world.
Say hello again to Curve. We listened to the customers who really like this design, so we are now reintroducing a much smarter version. It's still available in keypad or RFID, brushed nickel or black, just as sleek as ever, only smarter. So, what else is next? For those customers that require a wired solution, but still want a Digilock, we are introducing Pivot. 2 models will be available. The first model will be operated by both an RFID credential and a mobile ID credential directly at the lock. This lock will be wired for power only, but still communicate wirelessly for cloud management. The second model will be operated by an RFID, a mobile ID, and a keypad credential through a screen interface. This lock will be wired for power and data for cloud management through a single wire. So there you have it, Digilock's complete 6th generation product line with Aspire, Versa, Orbit, Curve, and now Pivot. Wired or wireless, It will be under the same ecosystem managed by the same centralized Digilink app. So, for all types of storage, use cases, design demands, design restrictions, there is a Digilock that is right for your project, our project. Thanks. Are you kicking me out now?
Thank you very much. Okay, I believe that sounds rather promising. A lot of new products coming on our way. Some are already available. We have all of them in demo downstairs or upstairs where we had a coffee, so you can have a look later on. And I'm pretty curious what you all believe about our 6G products. Yesterday evening, we had a pleasure to share some thoughts already with some of you, but yeah, we're pretty curious to hear from you. And after this program, you can see them all yourself. But for now, let's continue celebrating 40 years of Digilock. That's actually the whole idea behind this event. And to give Asil a nice celebration for the 40 years he has been in business. We have some nice surprises for you. And if you might wonder what others consider the keys to success of Digilock, nobody could tell that better than one of the first employees of Digilock. All the way from California, here she is, Michelle Kay, one of the first employees.
Hi, Sil. This is Michelle Kay. You remember me from back in the day, and I used to work for you back in the 1980s. I did some locksmithing for you, and Lloyd introduced us. It was when I was working for Schlegg Lock Company. And I just wanted to congratulate you on all the success of your company, Digilock. It's really amazing. The one thing I do remember about you back then was how driven you were. You were probably the most driven towards success person I've ever met. And Asil, you did it. You have a successful company now, and it's your anniversary, and congratulations. So all the best, and happy anniversary.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Yeah, I can only confirm that one of the keys to success has been that Asil and his team are really driven to success. And like some of the people that worked for you at the beginning, they say that you're one of the most driven persons in the industry. And I can only confirm that. Sometimes it's a bit tough, but most of the time it's really a pleasure to work with you. And that success came after launching the first electronic keypad operated Lock, basically our first G. Some of you might know it. But driven to success meant improving our products and adding innovations. Like in 2002, we introduced our second generation products with the addition of electronic manager bypass keys. And after that, the 3G with integration of manager key and power jumper in 2006. 4G followed by 5G back in 2015. With the IP55 rating, our products became also water resistant to some extent. And today we're still successful while we introduce our 6th generation. But not only technology and innovation contributed to our success. You can only be successful when you're able to find customers that want to see and to buy your product. And there was this little company, no, I don't know if it was little, but probably some of them will say it's a pretty big company, nowadays for sure, that really believes in our products. Our first customer in the United States. They make lockers for a wide variety of clients and are one of the biggest suppliers in workspace lockers, athletic lockers, fitness lockers and spa lockers, club and resort lockers and civic and medical lockers. Yesterday I spoke to them and they said they're the largest locker manufacturer in the world, and it could very well be the case. A customer that's represented in the world's most famous dressing rooms, in the most famous stadiums. If you follow them on LinkedIn, you get the coolest pictures of the coolest stadiums and the coolest dressing rooms. And since we're celebrating 40 years of Digilock, we thought it would be a nice honor. It would be nice to honor the ones that believed and still believe in us. Today we will celebrate 40 years of Digilock by reaching out awards to key people in our industry. So time has come to introduce you to the Digilock Awards 2022. customer in the USA, is for Holman Lockers. Travis, can I invite you on stage, Travis? Generation, and thank you very much for your loyalty, and you're still with us. Can you share us a little bit of your experience with Digilock and why you still buy from Digilock and why you started to buy from Digilock? I'll hold.
Are you hold?
Yep.
I mean, Digilock, we were trying to, always innovate the locker industry, and I think the first club was Sports Mall, is that right? Or Brent Cook in Utah, I believe. I don't know if that's correct, but I think that's correct. Anyway, we bought stuff, and it was a disaster at first, and what made us very loyal to Digilock is Bill never gave up. He fixed everything, every lock that didn't work in the beginning, and after about a year, everything else started to work. And he is always, the company's always, if we've ever had a problem, they've come to our rescue, they've fixed everything, no questions asked, and the customer service has been fantastic, and it's a beautiful lock. So congratulations. Thank you for everything.
Thank you very much. We need to hold it here, but I'll put it here and I'll pack it into a box so you can take it with you to Texas. Thank you very much. Yeah, and not only Holman believed in us. One of the big moments to remember is 1996. Goldman Sachs in New York, USA, adopted Digilock in their headquarters. And was the first large corporate company that adopted our locks. And the success did not stop there. A nice fact about Digilock is Digilock started to patent that technology. You all remember the manager keys? Now that's patented by Digilock, fortunately. Nobody else has something like that. And the first patent was in 1999. And since then, more than 190 patents has been registered on Digilock. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Let me introduce you to someone who explains exactly what another key to success has been, Lloyd Selder.
So Sil, it's Lloyd Silver. Congratulations on the 40th anniversary. This doesn't surprise me a bit. I remember, well, maybe not 40 years ago, maybe only 36 years ago, sitting at Schlaglock looking at some of the products you were developing. And I remember at the time thinking, these are excellent products, and there will be a time when this type of locking just takes over the world. And now I'm glad to see that so many years later, things are going so well and it's so successful.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. And indeed, we started to take over the world. We jumped over the Atlantic Ocean, all the way to Europe. And what happened in Europe? In fact, Digilock products were taken to the heart of Paris, to the world-famous Louvre Museum. Glass lockers were installed in the museum, a very ambitious project, together with a company from Luxembourg, with the office in Paris. Actually, I still remember the times that this project was spinning off, and there was a pretty demanding customer, but also a very lovely customer actually, started to push us for this project. We did it, we completed it, and the nice thing about it is, not so nice for the employees of the Louvre, but before they installed the cloakroom with lockers, they had 23 employees taking care of all the coats and the umbrellas of the guests. And after the lockers has been installed, they had only one person there. So there were 22 headcounts less. I hope they found a job in the Louvre, but actually, as a business case, it's quite strong. Actually, in this way, Digilock was introduced to the world of musea. So a lot of museas around the world are having our locks in their cloakrooms, in their dressing rooms, whatever. The customer responsible for this turned out to be our first European customer. And that's why we will hand over our next award right now to celebrate this huge success. And the winner of the award for the first customer in Europe is going to Actec, Alain Idle. I'm so happy. Thank you for coming. You just came by train, I think. You arrived a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have the first award, and we're so happy that you're a very demanding customer, but you're also one of the most loyal customers. I remember when you talk to customers and they complain about Digilock, he's getting really angry. So don't do that to him. It's true, actually. But can you tell us a little bit about how the first day of Digilock went and yeah, how things went, actually? Your first days at Digilock, how you found Digilock, and what your experience with Digilock?
My experience was a long time, I think so, maybe 35 or 38 years ago, when I traveled in the USA, and I find a small booth on a sport exhibition in Chicago, and they have two people on the booth, Azil and Julie. And I was surprised to see some locks like this, and I tell her, oh, what's happened, what is this? And they tell me, oh yes, it's modern. And I was very, very surprised to the products, and I tell, okay, I'm interesting, not for me now, but maybe for the future. And since this long time, we're working with Digilock. And for me, it's the best products in a long way.
Thank you very much for saying that. Here's the award for you. It's a golden lock, so please be careful with it. I'll put it here. You will get it afterwards. We wrap it in a nice box so you can take it with you. Okay. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we can skip the part that you were in the train. That was also on my list, but fortunately you made it. Now good quality is indeed one of the keys to success of Digilock. But there's more. Let us listen to one of the employees of Digilock, Julie Advocate. Or Asil, I can imagine you would like to hear what she considers the key to success of Digilock.
Most simply put, Digilock's success is attributed to your innovative thinking, which continues to guide and inspire all of us. You're an admirable example of what it means to build and live the American dream. This milestone, 40 years in business, is something to be proud of and celebrate. I am proud to be a long-term team member and want to take this opportunity to say congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you very much, Julie. Yeah, that's exactly what Digilock is doing, innovation. Not only innovative thinking is in a technical way, but also finding the best places and the best people to contribute to the success. That is why, already in 1995, so that's 27 years ago, Digilock decided to have parts of the products being produced in Taiwan. In 2011, Digilock opened its first international offices. An office in Europe, in Amsterdam, and an office in Hong Kong, Asia. Followed by a factory in China, our own factories, in 2016. All necessary to achieve global reach. And I'm sure that our next award winner agrees to that. It's time for our next award. This is the award for a customer that embodies our ambitions. This customer does have global reach. This is the award for the most potential global customer we have at the moment. And the winner of this award, most potential global customer, is Steelcase. May I ask you to join me on the stage? Please. do it on purpose to put all the people with the awards in the middle, but it turns out to be not so efficient. Welcome. We have a golden lock for you. And actually, can you share us a little bit what your experience with Digilock is? And I think you believe that you joined the company not too long ago, but you have already some experience with Digilock, I guess. So can you share a little bit with us what your impression is and what your findings are so far?
So I guess how I could frame this is really about a combination of things. Like, I don't know Digilock personally a lot, but I can see that the people and Eduardo, with whom we work really often, they really bring that extra thing that you need in a person that you collaborate with. And also based on what I hear from my colleagues, which have been in a longer time working with you, I only hear good stuff. So that can only be a plus.
Thank you very much. Very nice to have you here, and we will have some... I have a golden lock for you. I'll put it there as well, so we pack it for you, you can take it with you. I hope you find a nice place for it. So I think we want to have a picture. Thank you very much.
And I would say that we really appreciate the support. It's quite easy to work with you. We appreciate the solution, we appreciate the collaboration, especially with Eduardo, in the future with Clay also, and all the team. And the solutions are great, and we look forward to the future more and more. Yes.
Thank you. We do, definitely.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much. Okay, let's go back to Europe and speed up a little bit. We would like to recognize a customer. Actually, we have 45 awards, so you'll be here for a while. No, we have 2 more. We would like to recognize a customer that is active in the financial sector. At least that's where we know them from, and that's where they sell most of our locks. And it happens to be the fastest growing customer in Europe. And the winner of the award, the fastest growing customer in Europe, they're growing extremely fast with our locks, is Bisley. Please come to stage all the way from the UK, Graham Matthews. We have a golden lock for you. Like we said, can you share a little bit with us what your experience is with Digilock over the past years? You've been working with us for a while.
We've been looking for a partner for quite a while that was actually reliable, good customer service, good products. I think we've been working with Digilock for 7 or so years now.
Yep, I think so, I guess so, yeah.
But the service has been great, the training available to our team was great. Because of the work that you guys have done with us, we've got a team of experts throughout the UK and throughout Europe, and it's been fantastic working with you guys. Long may it continue. So.
Thank you very much. I'll buy you a beer tonight. So, thank you. Is there anything you would like to add to that?
I would like to thank you, Clay, because it's a great support and it's really nice to work with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the first customer that says that. Not true, Clay. Not true. I'll put it here. You'll get it after the event. Thank you very much. Sorry, Clay. I should count to 10 sometimes, but... yeah, you can grow fast. We admire that, but we have another nice story to share. In 2019, we developed the first wireless locks. There was a client, actually, we thought it was a relatively small client, and Robert and I were traveling there. We went on the plane all the way to Finland, and it was in the middle of the winter, so it was freezing cold. And we came to a place, we rented a car, I believe, we crashed the back rear unit also. But we went into the forest, and we came to a place that was interested in our new technology, or at least the first locks. We bought 10 or 15, and it was growing and growing. And it was a much, much bigger project that we could ever think of. So let's move to northern part of Europe. Beautiful surroundings, vast landscape, and sparsely populated areas, at least in the northern of Finland. Our next award goes to our biggest customer globally. And the winner of this award... And the winner of this award, they bought more than 150,000 wireless locks from us in 3 years' time. And indeed, it's the biggest customer we have. It's Punta. So I think you'll find a nice place in your office somewhere. Can you share us a little bit what your experience with Digilock? And I think we met each other 5 years ago or something, on a very cold day. And can you share us a little bit your experience with Digilock? And
yeah, I think we chose you about 5 years ago, and we use Digilock lock for kind of normal storage locks. But we are working with local Posti, Finnish Posti, and actually the first project what we have, we starting to deliver standard QL for smart post parcel lockers, and quite big amounts. But at that time, Posti had idea that they need a kind of wireless online lock, and we know that the QL was very good quality. And then we know another Finnish company who has kind of a wireless system. So we thought, hey, why put these two together? And we proposed it to Posti, and they say, yes, this is a good idea. Then we start the project with Digilock to deliver, I think, the first IoT lock in the world. So it was my pleasure to work with Asil and his team. It was very nice project. And
yeah, it was a very big project. It was very ambitious, but we did it together.
Yes,
it's very nice.
Was quite success. Yes.
It is, I think. Yeah, very nice. I think we were going to have some pictures, and then I'll give you the Golden Lock Award a little bit later.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the nice words. Thank you, Jukka. That was an inspiring story. I'm sure we'll continue to create more nice projects. And before we go to the last part of this 40 years anniversary, I'd like to invite you to stay with us. In a few minutes we will leave this beautiful theater room and go back to the foyer, where you will be able to chat and see and experience our latest products, and a well-deserved lunch, of course. And for all our international guests, after lunch we will board the Clipper. It's in front of the hotel, or at least between the hotel and this theater. And at 1400 hours we will leave for a trip on the IJsselmeer and the IJ. It will leave latest at 14:30. So I realize some of you have a habit to come at the last minute, but if you come at 14:31, it's gone. But before they leave this room, and I'm going to be a little bit more personal, I'd like to invite the CEO and the owner of Digilock. Asil, can you please come over? Hello. Good morning on this wonderful day. Yeah, I still remember that I started working for Digilock 7 years ago. I think out of 170 candidates you selected me and found the real of the company. But yeah, it was a great time. We've enjoyed successes together. We had some little obstacles, but they were much less than all the successes we had. So I'm really happy that we could work together for such a long time.
Yes, and hopefully continue to.
I think so. I count on another 10 years. We retire together and have a wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Claudia puts a mark on the wine that we don't drink too much. I still remember that. But we have a final message of one of our first employees, and I'm pretty sure you'll have the best conclusion. Please bring a big applause for a lady called Cheryl Koskela.
Hi, Asil. This is Cheryl in Sebastopol, California. I just wanted to wish you a very happy 40th anniversary celebration. I can't believe it's been 40 years since you started this incredible company. We met, I believe it was in around 1998 when I worked for Schlage, and we worked on an eVolt project together. I was in Colorado Springs and you were working out of a small office in San Jose. And I remember how you set us up in the Hotel Monaco in San Francisco, which was such a fun, nice hotel. And you had, your safes were in the Hotel Monaco. So that was, you had a connection there. It was great. That was when we first met. And then after I had my son, and he was about 5 years old in 2012, then you were looking for a mechanical engineer at Digilock in Petaluma. And I think you found me on Facebook, which was great because then I got to work with you for about 10 years on and off. And I just really enjoy working for Digilock. You have created such a great company. You have such great people working with you. And I just wanted to congratulate you on 40 years of a really successful business. And I hope it continues, and I hope we can work together again. So, or keep working together. So anyways, have a great celebration, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. I just realized that we had planned also a little movie of what Posti is about, because it was a very inspiring story.
Yes.
I think I skipped the card, so I don't know if we still have time to show it before I give you the word, because it was an inspiring project we did together with Punta and Posti. It was, we put a lot of efforts in it, but we realized it. So do we still have time to show the movie what it was about?
An unprecedented concept within parcel logistics from Finland. Box by Posti was launched in 2019 and it instantly caught the attention of the customers and the media. Box by Posti has been recognized globally and has won several international and domestic awards. So what is Box by Posti all about? Box by Posti is the largest parcel locker service point in the world. It is a place that connects e-commerce and its customers in a physical space. In addition to sending and receiving parcels, customers can open and try on their online shopping, which decreases the unnecessary traffic between homes and the postal outlet. At the same time, customers can leave all of the packaging material at Box by Posti to be recycled or reused by other customers. Retailers can bring their online stores to a physical environment at Box by Posti, which is situated at a top location in Helsinki. Box by Posti enables piloting a brick-and-mortar store, setting up a seasonal shop or presence during a campaign.
It was a really exciting project and we got lots of great feedback from our customers and lots of social media visibility as well.
The first year has been busy. 120 events, 40 plus pop-ups and showrooms, 10 new product launches, 2 big exhibitions, 12 customer co-creation sessions by the design team. Come and see why our customers love us.
And all the lockers has been manufactured by Punta, and all the locks has been installed by Punta. So it was a very nice project.
Yes, I think we delivered millions of packages over Christmas.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And when you look online, it's actually, Finland is a very unique, at least, I believe it's part of Scandinavia, also the Baltic states, is that 83% of all the packages in Scandinavia are not delivered to homes anymore, but are delivered to these kind of parcel places. So there is a huge potential, and I see that there are a lot of developments in all the countries, but actually Posti was the first one and the most innovative one. And I believe it's very inspiring, so let's see what the future brings.
Yeah.
I would like to give the word to you, Sil, for the final word. And then we can have a look at the products and have a lunch.
Perfect. Thank you. Here. I guess I'm going to go back to the space here. Thank you all for coming to this event. We would not be here without the support from all of our customers and partners. We have been working together for many, many years. Since we started the Digilock project, it kind of took us over because we were doing other products at the time, and one of them was a safe that Cheryl just mentioned on her little video. We realized that Digilock had so much more potential, and it was another market full of a whole bunch of large manufacturers doing door locks. It was a cabinet lock, it was a locker lock that nobody really thought about, so we found that niche and we started to grow it. I think first year we made only 600 locks, and then it went up to 6,000, 60,000. We delivered over 1 million locks last year, and it would not have been possible without partners that we have. I also am blessed to, excuse me, working with a very dedicated staff and follows the same passion as I do. We work diligently, especially our engineering team. How can we make it better? How can we make it faster? How can we make it more interesting and have more features? We learn from our customers who tell us, can you make it do this? Can you make it do that? And this is how the Posty project also became so interesting to us, because we were able to combine the traditional keypad lock with the possibility of networking over the air and connecting hundreds of thousands of locks together and into the Posty's delivery system. So I'm very proud of that. And all these package companies, package delivery companies, package lockers, everywhere, Digilock delivered more and delivered more packages, but we're not even known to be in that industry. So thanks again, Punta, for amazing collaboration with Digilock on that project. I want to talk a little bit about what is happening to us in the world. In 2019, we were confronted with this issue of COVID. I still have my stub of my boarding pass from coming back from Hong Kong in December of 2019. And then we couldn't go anywhere anymore. I have not been to our factory since then. It's almost 3 years, and thanks to Microsoft Teams, we are running everything on Teams. But we were locked down for a good 2 years, and I still went to work every day, putting my thinking hat as to what can we do, how can we continue to innovate things and make things better. And our engineering team also had to show up to work. And our production team, everybody else was working from home. And we basically locked up the world for at least 2 years. And then there was all these shortages. You couldn't buy toilet paper. It was just crazy. I never lived anything like this in my lifetime, and I think most everybody is like me. They never knew what to expect. We thought maybe this would be over in a couple months. Never in my wildest dreams I thought this was going to be 3 years later, and we're still dealing with this, where a lot of countries are still in lockdown, especially China. And once we started to slowly get out of this, all of a sudden there was a supply chain problems, you could not find anything. And the containers used to take 3 months, 3-4 weeks to get here, started to take 3 months. A container that cost $3,000, now all of a sudden costs $26,000. It was just crazy, and it started to inflate our costs and cost of everybody else. So we were very lucky we were in the right place as a company with the chips and the chip shortage, which most companies could no longer produce cars because they didn't have chips to make cars. But we kept shipping Digilock because we have large bonds, except that the demand was so high that it exceeded our bonds with our chip suppliers. So we started to look to see what we can do since we do all of our own engineering in-house. We started to redesign the boards of the locks with different chips that we could find. Our supply chain was given a carte blanche. You see a chip, just buy it. Doesn't matter what it costs. Of course, we're paying 2-3 times the cost of the chips that we normally would use, but we would just rewrite the firmware, remake the board, and did all of this in several weeks. So every product that we have ended up having 2 or 3 different circuit boards in it that with different chips. So we were able to ship every single order we received, and as a result, Digilock grew over 40%. And so that was our story, how we could do it. In fact, I saw an article in Wall Street Journal said Tesla was remaking their boards with different chips, and I said, that's exactly what we're doing. We did it together with our customers, and our customers kept ordering, and their customers were ordering from them. So we saw this wonderful times. All of a sudden, yes, we are coming out of COVID. Everything is going wonderful. Then some awful stuff started to happen in Ukraine. And the world started to have bigger problems than COVID, especially economically, and with all the shortages of energy, especially in Europe, depending on fuel from Russia. But in the US, we didn't have that problem, but inflation was still going crazy because people have been locked down for 2 years, and they have money. Everybody wants everything today. You could not find a seat on an airline to go anywhere. And the prices already doubled, tripled. Unfortunately, governments who are in charge of these economies were sleeping at the wheel when this kind of a situation happened. Maybe they didn't know what to do, but please. And so as a result, the inflation in the US, and all of a sudden now we're paying $6 a gallon in California, which is probably not that expensive for Europeans because you always paid more for gas than we did. But now to stop it, they are basically raising the interest rates every other month, and which is then slowing down the business process. And we hear from a lot of our customers and our partners that they are worried that they're not going to get enough orders to kind of keep going. So we are worried about this, but so far working together with our partners, we have been able to advance. We have not come reversing yet. We're kind of even with last year, which was already a huge year. So we are pretty thankful with the new introduction of new products. We're hoping we'll catch more attention and continue our collaboration moving forward. The other question that is, I want to kind of talk about where we're going from here. We feel like we made a big milestone with our networkable products, where we can now have both wired and wireless products in combination working under the same software. As Florzal mentioned, we have over 500,000 of these locks around the world. You can open your locker in Singapore from where you're sitting in California. It is most flexible, and if you need other features, Digilock always writes them to make sure that you can get what you need, your customers need. And that has been our motto all along. This is how we got to be the largest supplier of electronic locks with the best of materials used and the design capabilities, thanks to Zoe Design, who has designed most of our products since we started 3rd generation. So we see that from here, everything is going to go mobile. The apps in your phone are going to be integrated together. You're going to use an app to open your locker, open your door, get in your car, do your banking. Doesn't matter, everything is going to be there. And both different operating systems are kind of fighting to see who's going to get more market share. But I think regardless, now we're making things that work in both. And there will be more products coming in this integration where Digilock will be part of a much bigger picture. Thank you so much again for coming to this event, and we wouldn't be here without you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cecile. Actually, I even look more forward to working with you the coming 10 years at least, and for that bottle of wine. Yeah, thank you all very much. We have, like I said before, we have a demonstration where we had the coffee before. After that, we'll have a boat tour, we have a whole program tomorrow for all the international guests. And we gave the awards away to 5 customers, because we had to select 5 customers. That doesn't mean that the other customers are less important, Adrian. All our customers are equally important to us. If you take 5 locks or you take 150,000 locks. But somewhere we had to select some of them. And that was a selection, but we wish we could give you all an award. But it would take us a lot of time to create all these golden lock awards. That was quite a thing to make them. So thank you very much. We will be upstairs with a cup of coffee and a lunch as well, and then afterwards we'll continue the program, and we'll hope to see you. We plan to do this actually every year or every 2 years. We still need to figure it out. As long as COVID stays away, we'll do it more frequent probably. So thank you all very much.